This guy was collecting seafood by the seaside. Suddenly he noticed something on the ground. Puzzled, he bent down to check it out, and there, in the pile of seafood, was a banknote. This was obviously a happy surprise for him, since he barely made ends meet every day. Just as he was about to get back to work after the excitement, another pile of seafood caught his eye. He walked over to take a look, and it was another banknote. His initial joy turned to a sense of unease. With a nervous feeling, he pushed aside the pile of seafood. What he saw left him completely stunned. There, in that pile of seafood, was a whole bag stuffed with banknotes. The guy panicked. He quickly zipped up the bag. Having grown up by the sea all his life, he'd never seen so much cash before. After thinking it over, he decided to keep it for himself, because just yesterday, his pregnant wife had argued with him over money troubles. After checking and seeing no one around, he grabbed the bag and headed straight back to his wooden cabin. Then he poured all the banknotes out of the bag. He strung a few ropes up in the cabin, and clipped the banknotes onto them one by one to dry. Once he was done, the guy acted like nothing had happened. He went back to the seaside to keep collecting seafood, but before he could even start working, he saw a small boat in the distance. He hurried over to check it out. It was clearly the boat belonging to the owner of that bag of cash. Without a second thought, he pulled the boat out of the water. Then he grabbed some gasoline from his car and set the boat on fire, because he didn't want anyone to find out his secret. But fate had other plans. The flames from the boat caught the attention of the police, and this guy was a regular at the seaside, collecting seafood every day. So the police showed up at his door in no time. But when the police asked him about the boat, he shook his head, unable to meet their eyes. He told them he had no idea what they were talking about. Seeing how firm he was, the police had no choice but to turn and leave. But the nervous guy went back to the seaside again. He never thought the boat would get him into unnecessary trouble, so he wanted to check if there were any other clues left behind. What he saw made his blood run cold. As soon as he got there, he found something on the seaside. He ran over to take a look. It was a dead body, the owner of that bag of cash. At that moment, two pedestrians were walking towards him in the distance. He quickly dragged the body away to bury it. Before long, he arrived at an abandoned car factory. He grabbed a shovel and started digging frantically into the ground. Then he buried the body in the hole. When he got home, he quickly cleaned his tractor. Afraid of leaving any suspicious traces, he thought he'd covered his tracks perfectly. But little did he know, man proposes, God disposes. The next day, a hunting dog wandered into the abandoned car factory. It smelled exactly where the body was buried. When the dog's owner came over to check,